Zeus. This is the move. Zeus. ZUS Zeus. Zeus.
In New York, hands gripped in solidarity.
Do you still believe your dad's innocent? How did you feel hearing that testimony yesterday?
Your daddy got 4 years for abusing women!
So this is where we are now. This is what Christian and Justin Combs have decided is the big move. After everything that has happened, after all the legal trouble, after all the public backlash, after the documentaries, the lawsuits, the court appearances, the tears in the courtroom, this is what they landed on. They dropped a trailer for a documentary that they are releasing themselves, and in it, the two of them are sitting on a couch, watching footage, reacting, and talking about a so-called different side of their father. And just when you think it can't get more tone-deaf, it ends with them placing a phone call to him at the Federal Correctional Facility. Yes, Diddy is about to speak in this documentary. That's the plan. And I sat there thinking, this is really how you think you get your moment back? This is how you think you clean things up? By putting this on Zeus? Zeus. Of all platforms. A network where people tune in for chaos, fights, and reality drama. Not serious reflection, not accountability, and certainly not redemption stories. Let's be honest here. Nobody is going to Zeus looking for a thoughtful documentary about a disgraced music mogul. That audience is not checking for this. And I'm shocked, genuinely shocked, that these two thought this was a smart move. This feels like the most predictable Combs family decision imaginable. No pause. No reflection. No understanding of public sentiment. Just jump right back into the spotlight as if people are waiting to hear what you have to say. They aren't. People have already made up their minds. The damage is done. You don't undo that with a couch, a phone call, and a dramatic trailer. And forgive me if my patience is thin, because I'm exhausted just watching this unfold. I'm in Brazil trying to enjoy some peace, and even here the chaos follows. I had to stop mid-thought because a mosquito has been biting me for days, relentless, irritating, impossible to ignore. And honestly, that mosquito felt like a perfect metaphor for this whole situation. Just when you think it's over, it comes back again, buzzing louder, demanding attention it doesn't deserve. Back to this documentary. I keep asking myself, who is this for? Who sat in a room and said, yes, this will help? Because PR-wise, this is a disaster. How do you film something like this, watch it back, and decide it's a good idea to release it? How do you convince yourselves that people are going to feel sympathy? That they're suddenly going to say, oh, now I understand, now I forgive? That's not how public trust works, especially with an older audience that has seen decades of celebrity scandals come and go. People recognize spin when they see it. And this is spin. Poorly executed spin. Let's talk reality for a moment, because reality does not care about your last name. Justin Combs has been legally served. That is not rumor, that is not gossip. It's in official documents. Christian Combs has his own legal mess connected to that yacht incident. Dismissed or not, it still exists. These are not small things. These are serious matters that require silence, legal counsel, and focus. What's happening right now Instead, you're sitting on a couch filming a documentary meant to defend someone whose image is already beyond repair. And here's the part people need to understand clearly. But before when someone's reputation reaches a certain point, we have to talk anyone who steps in to defend them doesn't save them. They get dragged down with them. That's recoil. That's how it works. The power. You don't get credit for loyalty. You get hit by association. And that's exactly what's happening here. This documentary isn't about truth. It's about control. It's about trying to counter the massive impact of the Netflix documentary, the voices of survivors, and the cultural shift that's already happened. You really thought a Zeus release could stand against that? Against global platforms, investigative journalism, and public opinion that has already hardened? Nobody asked for this. Nobody needed this. The smartest thing this family could have done was stay silent. But silence has never been their strength. This didn't come out of nowhere either. We already knew Janice was furious about the Netflix documentary. We talked about it. And she wanted to respond. She wanted to do something. Well, here it is. The calls were made, the wheels were set in motion, and now here we are watching the result. It paints a picture of sons sitting on a couch, reacting to their father's downfall as if this is a watch party instead of a serious reckoning. And that phone call at the end, as if that's supposed to move us, as if we're meant to sit there thinking, wow, how powerful. No, it feels staged. It feels manipulative. It feels disconnected from reality. I'll watch it. Not because I believe in it, but because it needs to be reviewed honestly. I won't be subscribing to Zeus, but trust me, I'll find a way. And we will laugh, because sometimes laughter is the only response left when things get this absurd. What makes this even more frustrating is the timing. The year isn't even over, and it feels like they're throwing everything at the wall all at once. Not just the names, lawsuits, but the patterns they legal documents, behind new documentaries, name is a real drama stacked on top of drama. Story that never got it's like they're determined to overload the public before the calendar flips. How deep this all Meanwhile, I'm exhausted. The victims, it's early morning. I just came back from a party. I want to sleep. I want to eat. You wonder. And instead, I'm watching this trailer thinking, still being hidden. You really made me get out of bed for this? People online are not taking this seriously. They're mocking it. They're dragging it. Maybe they're questioning the intelligence behind it, strategic, and that should tell you everything you need to know. Because you can when the internet, which can be forgiving when it wants to be, is unified in disbelief. That's a sign you miscalculated badly. Justin needs lawyers, not cameras. Christian needs to focus on building something independent of his father's shadow. And now I'm not making strange public statements, trying to distance himself while still defending the indefensible. None of this makes sense, and nothing they do lately ever does. And don't get me started on the rest of the family. The same Diddy, the twins crying in court about needing their father, only to be seen partying days later. Untouchable. That disconnect is why people are angry. That's why credibility is gone. Realizing you can't play grief and celebration at the same time and expect people not to notice. And it's bad. I've been critical from day one, and I stand by it. This behavior was predictable. The denial, originally set the overexposure, the refusal to read the room. It's all happening exactly as expected. But here's the bottom line, especially for an older audience that values accountability, dignity, and restraint. This documentary is not healing. And then it's not clarifying. It's not brave. That's not just it's reckless. It's unnecessary. And it's going to age badly. It's not random. Diddy will use this platform to take shots, to deflect, to rewrite history. And you can already hear the response forming. 50 Cent is laughing. The clapbacks are coming. This is about to get uglier, not better. Christian and Justin should be building their own legacies, focusing on stability, protecting themselves legally, and stepping out of the noise. Instead, they're choosing chaos. And chaos never leads to redemption. Nothing about this feels thoughtful. Nothing about it feels sincere. Their message is feels rushed, emotional, and poorly advised. And when this all blows back, because it will, they won't be able to say they weren't warned. I'm tired. I didn't even do an intro, and I'm not doing an outro. I want rest, but I needed to say this because somebody has to speak plainly when everyone else is pretending this makes sense. Let me know your thoughts. We'll talk about it, because clearly they're not done giving us reasons to.